Hello, this is JR, and to all the student athletes from all around the globe, welcome to Taiwan. Bienvenue à Taiwan. 欢迎来到台湾. Right now, I am so excited. I think the entire nation is excited because of the 2017 Taipei Summer Universiade. The opening ceremony was last Saturday, and I have to say I was really lucky to have decided to go because originally I was kind of hesitating because I had a lot of work on hand. But then I just decided to, loosen up a bit, just relax. So I went and it was great. Here we seldom have the chance to have these international events. So it's just great to have people coming over here. And all the student athletes, they're all college students. So it kind of brings a very young vibe to the city. It makes you feel all energetic. It's like you're walking in the city and all of a sudden you feel like you're 10 years younger. Works way better than SK2. So this is the little flag that I got at the venue. It reads, Taipei 2017 Universiade Taipei 世大运. I love it. We were waving it like crazy at the venue. And every audience attending got this little souvenir bag which was placed on the seats at the very beginning, which I thought was very, very thoughtful of them. It's a very delicate red souvenir bag reading Taipei 2017 Universiade, and inside the bag came a lot of other things too, including these cheering flags, which came in different colors, by the way. And of course the official brochure, which comes in two languages, both Chinese and English. Oops, I got it upside down. Like this. Like it. And a set of delicately designed postcards. All white. And they gave you this as well. Mooncake. Which was really good. I think we really showed our hospitality because while we were waiting our turn to get into the stadium, I saw people on the streets and they were just randomly saying hello to foreigners, any foreigners they saw on the streets, and saying hi and welcome to Taiwan. Me and my friends were saying welcome to Taiwan at any chance too, and we were waving to the buses carrying the athletes in, and they were waving back friendly. It was a really good feeling. You could feel the warmth of Taipei City. I think that's the entire point of the games, because if you care to read the brochure carefully, inside of it, it actually has a lot of information, including the purpose of the games, the speeches of Ko Wen-je, the mayor, and the president of the FISU. So let's take a look at it. Very neatly designed. This is the president, and this is Ko Wen-je, Ko-pi. And on page 7 and 8, you have the introduction to the Universiade. I'm just going to read a single sentence from it. It's held to encourage friendship, fraternity, fair play, perseverance, integrity, and cooperation amongst student athletes. And if you take a look at the president's speech, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Oleg Matitsin. I think he's French. In a paragraph, he reads, "The Universiade is about values in equal measure. And it's an opportunity to see how people of different religions, races, and political beliefs become united through the great power of sport. It shows how important really are sportsmanship, fair play, respect of opponents, respect of the rules." So you see, the Universiade is all about friendship, being united, respect despite our differences. So this is just a ballpark figure, but I'm guessing there was around like 20,000 people in the audience seats. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there were 11,000 student athletes coming from 140 something countries, and that's according to the report. It was really exciting, especially when the athletes started to enter the stadium. People were like, "Whoa!" I'm gonna put this here. And the biggest highlight of the foreign teams was definitely this. Uruguay holding this banner reading, "Thank you, Taipei. Uruguay loves you." We love you too. And I love Suarez. Great player. He just needs to hold back his teeth once in a while. But great player. So at the venue, you have to be there yourself to really feel it, but just me describing to you, you kind of felt that even amidst all the international, the political rivalry, among all the things that we're undergoing in the world right now, but in that specific moment, it felt like that we were united. It didn't matter what our skin color was, what we believed in, what political party we supported. In those 3 hours, all of our differences were set aside, and it felt like, to be honest, heaven on earth. Especially when our home team, Chinese Taipei, came out. Everybody was in a riot. Everybody was jumping out of their seats, standing up, waving the flags, and just screaming at the top of their lungs. And it was really something. It was amazing. And you know what? I bet that Mayor Ko Wen-je won a lot of hearts that night at the venue. Because during his speech, while he was delivering it, he kind of got emotional, you could tell. And I thought he was going to choke up, to be honest. It was a great night. However, the only thing that kind of rained on the parade was the protests that went awry outside of the stadium. And I have to say, I kind of can feel how they feel. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. When the first few countries entered the stadium, everybody went wild, just crazy. Everybody was so enthusiastic. And sitting in front of our area was the Brazilian team. And they had this star figure mascot standing in the front, and it was dancing all along. It was so much fun. And you could really tell that the Brazilian athletes were really full of passion. They were just really enthusiastic. But then after a little while, things got kind of awkward because nobody came in. It was just the flags and their flag holders. And people were starting to guess what happened, what's going on right now. At first, I thought that maybe those were the countries that didn't participate this time. But after a while, then I just realized that that just wasn't the case. Something must have gone wrong. And everybody inside the stadium were guessing what went wrong, what happened. People started to Google it on their cell phones, asking their friends. And finally, we got some information from somebody outside of the stadium telling us that there was a riot outside and that the foreign athletes couldn't come in. And at that moment, everybody, at least everybody around me, were saying the same thing. This was supposed to be a moment for these young athletes to remember for a lifetime, and it was somewhat taken away. It was a good thing that they all got to enter in the end though. This was something thousands of people worked their bottoms off just to give ourselves a chance. But to all the people who are watching this video right now, I did say that I kind of can feel for them. I kind of understand their anger, and I'm gonna explain to you why. I think it's essential to put ourselves in each other's shoes and try to understand what we feel or what we think. I have members in our family who are teachers and have recently retired or are just about to retire. They've been teaching for 30 or 40 something years, and they are the ones who don't appear on the streets. They are the ones who don't yell at the top of their lungs, and that's the quieter vast majority of them. Their entire lives were either devoted to education, serving people, or protecting people. Their entire life was based on a promise. And after 30 years, 40 years, when they're old, and I do agree from the macro view, sometimes the individual has to sacrifice for the greater good. But at the same time, every individual should not be neglected. So if it were us, how would we deal with it? Still, at the end of the day, there is nothing that justifies violence in any form. But let's get back to the event. After the ceremony ended, which was delayed for more than an hour, I saw people thanking policemen and women on their way out. And that was a very touching and sweet scene to see, because people are not taking their service for granted. Friendship, unity, fair play, sportsmanship, respect, those are the spirits of the Summer Universiade. And I hope it brings that out in all of us. So don't miss your chance to be a part of this great international carnival. Do get your tickets as soon as possible. And this is not a commercial, by the way. They are not paying me, or maybe they should. Join the fun and excitement, root for our own young athletes, and be welcoming to our foreign guests. Let's all make the best out of this experience. The 2017 Taipei Summer Universiade. 世大运, yeah! Speaking of which, I'm actually going to a soccer game right now. Yeah, right now. Like literally now. Right after I shut down the camera, I am going out there to a soccer game. And by the way, see you at the finals on the 29th of August. Gotta go! Bye! 今天要来练球，然后一大早睡过头，所以我连早餐都还没有吃，然后待会儿就要晒大太阳。每个礼拜练球时间是我最可以放松的时间。那通常一整个礼拜下来，一直工作，其实心情有时候会有点烦，因为一直被关在家里面。之前我看那个 jrleeradio 他的频道，他上面就说，一个 YouTuber 可能一天24小时有22小时都是在家里面，剩下2个小时是出去外面买便当。完全同意，再怎么忙也要出来操一操。其实蛮累的，每次练完球回去之后就不大能够工作，但是就觉得一定要出来一下，不然会疯掉。今天真的要练球吗？我是这样写啊，没有离谱啊。你觉得你被耍了？对啊，我觉得我被耍了。练完球了，吃完冰，但是距离世大运的开幕还有4、5个小时，我待会4点半再去小巨蛋站，所以现在呢，我决定找个地方来休息一下。跟他玩。日本人。少讲两句啊！大家今天来办活动，大家少讲两句啊！ I got a little flag。小姐，不好意思。你好。
给我全部买一件，给我全部都买一件。
OK。好好笑。快拍照，拍照。